Hello there, this is Severian with Tabletop Anthologies. I'll be your handler tonight. I'm putting my earbuds in now, as we speak. Came on a little bit early here to acknowledge the hype train going on. That's awesome. Thank you everyone for that. We really appreciate all that. Give me just one moment while I'm setting up my earbuds here, and then we'll dive into this scenario.
No attention. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
But I can tell you about the scenario a little bit while I'm doing this. We are playing Reverberations. That is a scenario that's in the Night at the Opera. It's great to see everyone in the chat there. Thank you everyone for joining us. Harbert Anthony, that's a new one. Thank you for all the subscriptions, everyone. Like I said, so let's get over to our players then, and jump into this. We've got quite a few, so let me switch this off. Sorry, a couple growing pains here as I get back into streaming this here. All right, so let's go around the room, introduce everyone and their characters, and then I'll let you know kind of what's going on.
What's going on?
You got a shoulder cap.
All right.
That's your RPG?
Organizing things in OBS still. Okay, here we go. Dionysus, welcome to Delta Green. This is your first Delta Green game, right?
Hello. Hi, everybody. Yes, so, it is my first Delta Green game, yeah.
Tell me who you're playing. You don't have to give, whatever you want to give. It doesn't have to be anything real detailed or whatever, but each person as we go around, let's do that. Starting with Dionysus.
Well, my character's name is Edward Grimm. He's a captain in the Air Force. He flies drones. He's a drone operator. He's been doing that for quite some time now. He's been successful in his missions, so much so that he had the opportunity to work on missions in the group called DevGru. So that's basically like the special ops, things like that. So that's where he's been spending most of his time, and he's done several tours, obviously from the pilot seat, all over the place to support those missions. Taking lives, from the drone really don't affect him much, and he's never taken one, face to face. So we'll see how that goes, should that ever happen. Obviously, his quick reactions and intelligence are needed to properly pilot such a drone. And he talks a lot during the missions, so you might have to tell him to shut up, because he's been reprimanded for that several times. In terms of the program, or Delta Green, once he got the offer, he'd only heard rumors about it, so he was quick to jump on that, to add that to his packet.
Right. And you'll notice that in your other motivations for your character sheet, I did add a career advancement as one of your motivations. Seemed very important to your character.
It do. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, so continuing on to AlphaWulfZero, a face we haven't had in the stream in a little while here, so welcome. Glad to have you back. Hope you're doing well. Who you playing?
It's good to be back. I'm playing Dominic, or everybody calls me Dom, Sinclair. He is a SAS 22 Regiment Demolition Specialist. He's served the Royal Crown faithfully over the last decade or so. And he got reassigned over here on a special mission that he doesn't know really what's up yet. So he's very intrigued as to see how him and his American allies can figure out what's going on.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to Hades. Who are you playing, Hades? Name looks very familiar.
Yeah, my name is Jason Bourne. A lot of people say they've heard of me before, but they're just confused. I've got a maths degree, and I also like chemistry and physics, because physics is just applied maths, and chemistry is just applied physics. So really, it's all the same But I joined the FBI because they were looking for people who are good with numbers. I haven't really been out in the field. That's not really what I do. They don't really give me that chance. Not that I want to, but Delta Green sounded pretty interesting, so I figured I would try that.
All right. Sounds good. Jason Bourne.
Long pause. All right.
No, sorry. I'm still messing with audio settings and shit as we go. So thank you for that, Jason Bourne. Next is Dex. Who you playing, Dex? Did you bring any dynamite with you this time?
No dynamite this time until somebody gives me some. But I am playing David Finch, and I am a pharmaceutical engineer, and I have been for quite some time, leading in my field, obviously. And yeah, I got put on this mission, and that's about it.
All right. So, in that mission,
Wait.
I'll give you a little briefing and stuff and everything for the audience here in a moment. After we get through the last few people here. Whoops. First, we're going to go through Terg. Terg, who you playing?
Sure. My name's Lionel Rinney. I am a fire chief for the Chicago Police Department, Fire Department, and there's been a lot of reverb or some kind of drug. At least that's what I've heard that's been called. Explosions, fires going around. Horrible stuff in the city, and this program, or whatever they call it, decided to reach out to me. And now I'm here. So I guess it should be fun. Who knows? Gets me away from the old ball and chain.
That it does. So next up, we've got Preacher. Who are you playing, Preacher?
I'm playing Hiram Porter. Hiram Porter is a 36-year-old man from Arizona. He works for the Federal Bureau of Investigation as an intelligence analyst. He does a lot of uncovering hidden information and assembling profiles for potential criminal or terrorist entities and organizations. He watched the movie Sniper as a kid with his dad, and he kind of compares his new job to like counter sniping or playing chess and trying to outmaneuver other people and try to catch them before they do something terrible. He had been doing that for about 10 years and recently got an email asking him to apply for this new group that is needing some kind of some help, and he's interested to see what he can bring to the table and what it is that we're trying to do.
All right. So you will notice that Dex, his character, it says an incorrect name on the overlay. That's from a previous Delta Green game. I will have to get that fixed. I think there was some people waiting to ask me that question. So David Finch, not the name you see there. Anyways, you might all be wondering in the audience there, what are these players going to be working on? They've got a really diverse, set of skills and backgrounds here. They've all been assigned to a task force at the FBI. It is actually being led by Michael Monroe. Tabletop Tony.
Greetings. First of all, I want to point out, I just thought it was a bit. Like, I thought that he was like a setup. I mean, with his description, specifically, not Brutus Lee's, but David Finch's description of himself, would have thought he was a Russian spy. I thought there was a whole setup here. I don't know. Anyway. Michael Monroe, FBI. I have a lot of experience. 45 years old. I'm getting close to retirement, And I was offered this job as an early retirement option. After the job was completed, I'm able to spend my days with my wife and my family at home, finally at peace. I've spent a lot of years in the Bureau, but most of my years are spent in the CIA and then the DEA, respectively. Most of that time, I spent a lot of time working closely with illicit substances, new substances, and anything controlled, and to help take down a lot of big crime syndicates. Now, I don't know what to expect with this task force, other than I'm going to be working with people that have probably never had anything to do with controlled substances, let alone the United States policies and procedures. So I'm going to have to really dumb down a lot of what I'm going to have to do so this team can figure their shit out, and so that I can get a early retirement.
All right. And so this team, what they are working on, there was a 90s rave drug called Reverb that is back on the streets, better and stronger than ever. Now, its users and dealers have started vanishing. And the agents must identify and stop the source of this drug before anyone else can fall prey to it. So each of you have been contacted by the program. You know that the program deals with unknown and potentially unnatural, whatever that means, threats to humanity, and specifically the United States, since that's where we're working now. And this program works as a black ops organization. So, of course, you guys won't be talking about it very much. You've been trickled information here and there about what is going on here, but officially there's not really much known other than what I've told you. You have lists of dealers that have gone missing. You have an entire essentially network that has been built up through FBI analysis that links all of these different disappearances between the gangs. So you've got all that sort of information that you can work off of. But I have an actual list of some things here as well. There is one thing that was kind of unique given to you here. I'm going to try this handout. Let me know if this works.
Unique New York.
It worked for me.
Oh, worked for me.
You're able to see that. Okay.
Yep.
So,
Where'd we find this?
Tocos?
you each receive this very cryptic note at some point leading up to this task force that you've been assigned to. And each of you have been assigned to this task force in your own way. If you're an FBI agent, it was probably a pretty standard thing that you were just given this assignment. Some of the others, like the fire chief there that Terg is playing, you were given a more personalized offer to come on to this task force, be deputized, and work with them to help provide that information that you have around these drug lab explosions, because some of those were linked to this reverb drug. Not much was found at them, though. However, other than this note, you haven't really seen anything else. You know that the program, you've been recruited by them, that they are the ones who really placed you within this task force, and that you're not really supposed to be talking about them.
Okay.
So right now we are in Chicago, Illinois, FBI field office. Actually, probably they have a headquarters there in Chicago, so I'd imagine there's some sort of conference room or something that you are all currently sitting in. So I'll let you go ahead and take it from there. I'm going to be pretty hands-off with this one. Of course, ask me if there's any questions you have. I'll let you know if you know the information. Let me just scan through some of this stuff here real quick as you begin, and I'll let you know if there's anything else I missed.
Thank you, Game Master. No, Handler. Excuse me.
Handler.
Team, I'm going to be quick with you here. I don't want to waste any of your time. Let me take a quick attendance to make sure we got everyone here. I want to run through each one of your files and make sure that you are the right people. I have an Edward Grimm. Looks like you had a lot of tours. Dev crew, Spec Ops. Is this correct?
Correct.
All right. And what can I use you for? Why are you here?
Well, I'm ability to pilot a drone, pilot an aircraft. I'm quick with reflexes. Obviously, you have to be smart to be able to fly. I assume that's why
Great.
I'm here.
Next, thank you. Dom Sinclair. You prefer Dom? SAS. Looks like you're from Britain, huh? What are you, British? Welsh?
Oh, I'm British. That's all. That's what I am. I'm British.
And why are they bringing you on our team? Why can't an American handle it?
Well, you know as well as I do, mate, that SAS is some of the best in the world. And if you need shit blowing up, I'm your guy.
I have respect for you and your department. Thank you for being on the team. I have a Jason Bourne.
Yeah. Yep.
I wasn't. You don't have to raise your hand. You can just talk, man. So Jason Bourne, why are you on the team? What do you got? It looks like you're FBI desk jockey your whole life. Why are you here?
Well, no, I wouldn't say a desk jockey. But yeah, I'm really good with numbers, and so I, can look at the numbers and they talk to me.
Okay, what's the square root of 9,132?
That's not a square.
Next, David Finch. I don't have anything on file for you. How did you get here?
Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean?
What are you doing here? You're in a group of highly specialized operatives.
Yeah, I already.
You seem the only oddball out.
I am a pharmaceutical engineer. That's what I do.
Okay.
Drugs,
why are we missing this file?
Obviously, you didn't have the clearance. I was too high above your pay grade.
Anyway, next, Lionel Rinney.
Yeah.
Is that right? Am I pronouncing you right?
Yeah.
What's a fire chief doing here?
What's a fire chief doing here? As if I don't have more hands-on experience with this than all of you. I've seen more explosions from this shit all over town than I can even talk about, dude.
Where are you from?
You don't have to be so pretentious when you talk to people. What? Where am I from? I'm from here. I know what I'm talking about.
So you're a local Chicagoan?
Yeah. I am.
If you're a true Chicagoan, then why does your pizza not have any cheese on it? Huh?
If you're a true Chicagoan,
what the fuck is this guy talking about?
how much do you love Malort?
Okay.
All right, buddy. Well, listen up.
Finch,
Listen up.
Bourne,
Let him
take it to
finish his
yourself,
briefing.
Please. And last but not least, I have one more operative on my list here. I got Hiram Porter.
Yeah, Hiram, sir, it's me.
Impressive resume here. Intelligence analyst, profiler. Okay, so I think I could tell why you're here, but what brings you here?
I think I like the idea of doing something that I haven't done before. I'm used to profiling people. I'm used to profiling organizations. I'm used to building portfolios. But it's on things that I roughly kind of know something about, mostly people. I've never done a profile on an object. I've never traced an epidemic, I guess, in that sense. I think it would be something new. Give me a nice change of pace, like a breath of fresh air. I'm looking forward to it, really.
Of course. I mean, with your skill set, I imagine we'll need to infiltrate this organization on multiple levels, and in order to do that, we'll need to have a good profiles on each of this hierarchy, right? And I think you'll come in handy with this. I definitely understand why you're here, gentlemen. I'll give it to you straight. I don't have a lot of information on this. We all know what reverb is. We've all been made aware of that briefing, but ultimately, it's a DEA disaster. The folks over there at the DEA cannot handle it. They can't keep a lid on it. Can't keep it under control. They're calling in a special task force. That's why we're here.
The DEA can't handle much of anything, to be fair.
Again, I don't understand what you're doing here. You have no security clearances on file. You're a civilian pharmaceutical engineer. So please.
I'm a pharmaceutical engineer. That's the point. That's why I'm here.
I understand. But to make comments like that without any. Anyway.
It's nothing against you.
won't
It's
continue.
against
All right.
them.
Let's just, gentlemen, this is a national emergency, and the president isn't going to be the one to announce it, right? We got to keep it under wraps. We got to keep it quiet. But this is a war on our front line. So from our youth, from our people are at risk, and we don't understand the gravity, and that's why we're here. So, handler, out of game.
Before you continue,
Yeah.
wanted to add some details around that so you can continue. So the DEA is investigating a network of otherwise unrelated gangs engaged in smuggling and drugs. DEA auditors reconstructed some of the network's financial books out of interviews and uncovered financial records. The audit also has found a disturbing pattern of mid-level employees, which are dealers in this case, vanishing without a trace. And the only common factor is, of course, this involvement with the hallucinogenic drug called Reverb. But it doesn't seem to be part of the network's activities otherwise.
What do you mean doesn't seem to be part of the network's activities otherwise? Like when you say it, doesn't seem...
So
dealers are vanishing. That's all we know. Like that's all Reverb basically. All we know of what's happening.
Yeah.
Besides the effects of Reverb and the impact. Do we have samples of this in the lab? Do we know fundamentally how this affects the body?
There you go. Now you're asking the right
Snotty.
questions. About Reverb. You do not currently have any samples of it, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you can't try and get some. Either
Okay.
Through maybe some agency might have it already. You know that the Chicago cops and the DEA do not currently have any samples of Reverb.
But how do we get some if the dealers are disappearing?
Well, you know that there is a club called Studio Overground. It's a popular but shady nightclub, and it seems like a lot of the people that have been using it or dealing it have been through there. So you think that's probably the best part or best place to find someone that's dealing or using.
Studio undergrounds are overground. Is that what you said? Overground?
Yes. Mhm.
Overground.
Studio overground's our best bet. It sounds like we have no samples. DEA hasn't done their fucking job, so we're gonna need to do the job for them. And I'm not from Chicago. I'll be clear, right? So people like you, Lionel, Mr. Rinney, people like you are going to be a huge asset in navigating the city. Now, as far as this nightclub is, the last thing I want to do is send a bunch of boys in here and blow up the place. I say we bring in a couple of guys in there, just try to get a sample of this substance, and go from there. We definitely need to stake out. So, Mr. Grimm, you're a drone specialist. I want you to do a drone sweep on the building, right? I want you to look for exits, entrances. I want you to look at how many stories, and I want you to get a good layout of the land. I want to make sure we know what we're doing with before we send operatives in.
I can do that. It might be easier. We'll have to try and secure an actual drone, unless we're going in with the micro sizes, depending on which one you want to use. But also, it might be easier just to get the building schematics from the city.
Sure, we can get the building schematics, but the schematics will tell us one story. And not story in terms of level, but rather any modifications that the current tenant, if this is a big drug operation, I'm worried that modifications may have been made beyond the scope of the blueprints, which is where you come in. We can requisition a drone, I'm sure, out of game. I don't know if that's possible, but I'm saying that it is possible.
Yes, you can requisition, just about anything that you need. If it's something that's really outlandish or that none of you would have access to, then there's probably going to be some rolls or something involved. But otherwise, yeah, generally you can have whatever.
Okay.
Mr. Monroe, it seems like you have a pretty good leash on things, but there's a pretty good chance we can just, if it's a somewhere that's dealing, we might be able to just walk in there and get some.
Yeah, I don't want to send in a bunch of operatives that's going to blow the lid open. I don't want them. I don't want them to think that they're getting investigated.
I'm not an operative. My cousin used to be a junkie. I know how this shit works. We had to get him off not this stuff, but other stuff in the past. I know how this stuff works. I've gone to clubs. I've gotten his ass out of places before. If you want to, I'm not an operative. I've never been a Fed.
Well, they sent you your file. They sent us your fucking file for some reason. So, let's send you out on the team. I think you'd make a great asset on the field.
Hey, Monroe.
Go ahead.
We could send a couple guys in, pulling it off like a guy's night out. We could station one of our guys on the outside that looks like a homeless dude, or maybe he's a drunk that just came out from another one of the bars. As long as I'm a couple buildings away, I can move your drone around for you, and we can have a van down in the parking lot unmarked with gear inside if we need it.
Yes, of course. That works. I think that's a good plan. As far as Rinney, I think you're Rinney. I want Rinney. I want Grimm. I want me on the inside. Sinclair, I want you on the outside as the homeless man. And
if you want, I can be searching through databases. I can look through hospital records. I can find trends, patterns, effects on body, treatment, things like that. I'll build us up a small information on the actual drug itself, and we'll see what I can find in regards to.
We need a file.
I need an ID. Yeah, we're gonna get a basic idea of how to treat it in case shit hits the fan, and some of us, we need to have a basic idea. So I can be browsing that if you need.
Very good. I think you'd be, again, you're a great asset to have on the team here. So.
Damn, you guys are all extremely smart.
Are you just saying that out loud?
Yes.
Well, aren't you a pharmaceutical engineer? I'm assuming you're a doctorate level at least.
Well, yeah.
They also call trash men sanitary engineers too, so there's that.
I might have a doctorate, but like.
Yeah, but those jobs make more money than you would think that they do.
I might be good with drugs, but I'm not good with all this other stuff.
So,
okay.
So let me get this clear. We're gonna have 3 guys on the inside, and then me on the outside, and then if Grimm is on the inside, he won't be able to handle the drone and give you the update footage.
Right.
Am I correct?
He'll be
so
on.
We need to have him
on
the outside.
Yeah, he's in the van probably with Born. I'm sure Born could find something to do with the computers there. And then, in the meantime, Porter is going to work on profiling and trying to get an idea of what this drug effects are in the hospitals, and maybe get an idea of what kind of victims have been affected by this. And then finally, me, Finney, and Sinclair are going to go on the inside. Or excuse me, Finch are going to go on the inside. Excuse me, Sinclair. It's going to take me a minute to get your names together.
Just wanted to get my ducks in a row here.
Appreciate you. All right, gentlemen. Without any questions before we get started.
Yeah, I got one.
Go ahead.
If we're going to be going into a potentially caustic environment, a la a drug house, do we want to stop by the firehouse and grab some equipment before we head out to keep in the van? Maybe some suits and some respirators?
Talking for a potential fire
or explosion,
chemical, of course. No, that sounds like something we can easily requisition, if not pick up from your fire station. Furthermore, you'll notice we all have. I think we are acquainted with standard issue firearms, as well as a basic knife, pocket knife type of thing. And then furthermore, I want to make sure that we all got some kind of flashlight stocked in the van. I want to make sure that we have sample bags for controlled substances, containers, and then drone recharger, extra cameras, like different lenses, depending on what we're going to look for. And then
I mean, at this point, you. Go ahead.
What's up?
Do we have like hidden cams, like someone could on glasses or something, so I can see what whoever's inside sees. Because if I can see how much he's measuring out and how much money he's asking for, I can run the numbers and tell you how much they're making, and I can tell you how much he'd be carrying on him and all that stuff if I can see what he's holding.
That's perfect. We do have something like that we can give some cameras on myself. Maybe we get a POV on each person going in that you guys can monitor from the van.
Yeah.
We want to make this quick. We're not trying to blow the whole thing apart today, right? But we definitely need to get a sample of this, and we definitely need to find somebody that is a potential dealer. We need to get some profiles going, and we need to get a list of possible victims from.
If there's a dealer, I am relatively confident I can find him.
Have you ever bought drugs before, Finch?
Unfortunately, yes.
We are in the middle of the FBI in the middle of Chicago. You know that.
I've had to help with my cousin before, and one of those things was helping him get off stuff. So I've not purchased, but I've been there for several things. It's not the best, but it.
You just said you have purchased, and now you're saying that you haven't purchased.
It's complicated because he used my money and I was there, but yeah, I know I can help out.
I think it's best that you probably
But
don't.
did you get a contact high?
I've actually never been high in my entire life.
So.
All right, gentlemen. Let's without further ado.
Before you launch into this investigation, there's one more thing I want to do to make sure that we check that if there's any other information that your agents know about that note that you were slipped from the program that said not to trust the chochos. I need everyone to add up their anthropology and history skills and just go ahead and put that in Foundry chat what that would add up to.
The total.
Yes.
That's a big number.
Anthropology and history?
Yes.
I preach it.
I got a big
archaeology?
number.
I don't even have anthropology.
Yeah, I don't have anthropology.
Oh, there
at
it
all.
is. It's top right.
Thank you.
It goes left to right on the names. On the
History?
character sheet.
Sorry?
History.
Okay.
Yep.
Why not herstory? Where are we putting these?
Wow. Just in the chat for Foundry. All right, so we got 100 from Preacher, 10, and then 30. All right, so we'll start low to high. Wow, almost everyone has 10. All right,
Yeah.
Tabletop
Preacher
Tony. Michael Monroe, you know that the chochos are most often found in Malaysia and mainland Southeast Asia. Vietnamese chochos were U.S. allies in the Vietnam War, and many emigrated to the U.S. after suffering terribly as a consequence. They are also known as the Tochoa, Yu Chui, Chow Chows, and the Tichoans. So kind of just general, you know that there's you know that they're Southeast Asian. Here, I'll just put the whole thing in the chat here for you.
Okay, I have it on my notes too.
However,
thank you. That's great.
Dominic, you know quite a bit more. You know, how do I want to do this? Because basically, so the way this is done is
you sure it's me?
Send him a DM.
It's tiers of information. So because you have many tiers, there's like 4 little blurbs that I'm going to send to you.
Okay.
Ozzy told me there would be no more tears.
I will send that in the Discord here. Let me I'll just read through it and then I'll send it to you later. All right, so because you have from 60 to 79 anthropology and history, you also know that Chocho names follow Malay, Vietnamese, Cambodian, or Chinese linguistic traditions, and the Chocho language is very little known outside of insular communities. For 80 to 99 skill, you were able to know that French missionaries in Indonesia described the Chochos as a withdrawn tribespeople who at first seemed friendly, but who showed a propensity for sudden ambush and violence. To the Chinese, they were the Yuchui. those with the knife smile, and they were shunned as cannibals. And there's one more bit of information that you know for having that add up to 100. And you know that to the Greeks, the Chochos were the Tochoa, and they swept in and violently ruled much of what is today Afghanistan before being pushed back to the Asian wilds in the 3rd century BCE by the Sassanid Persians. No one truly knows where the Chocho people hail from or what the phrase Chocho means.
I think he's trying to speak to us.
I blanked many times.
So,
I know it's a
I
lot
have
of
a question.
information, so I'm going to send that all to Dom there in the
boy.
DM.
Of course, the
Also-
British guy knows all this shit.
Wait, hold on. Are you sure that was me? Because you said between 90 and 100. The only person that's got
That's
90
Preacher.
and 100 is
Oh,
Preacher.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Preacher. I saw your name right
Okay.
under him. Preacher,
It's,
yes. So not Dom.
Porter.
Yeah.
Porter.
Yes. So
Um,
I was about to wonder how the guy with 10 knew a shit ton more than the guy with 30. I was like, buddy, whenever he gets to what I know, you guys are fucking in for it. He's about to read the Bible to us.
I'm secretly taking reverb, so I know all about it. It's just all coming to me.
Reverb. What the fuck?
and
Why'd they send me
There's one more thing. I missed the 40 to 59% one also. For that one, you know. Hang on, you gotta move something off the overlay here. That role group. There we go. Okay. You know also that Chochos have been subject to deep prejudice and persecution among other Southeast Asian immigrant communities, thanks in part to an odd religion that involves ritual sacrifice and self-mutilation. A well-funded advocacy group, the Chauchua American Advocacy Alliance, the CAAA, they struggle to protect Chocho's reputation and improve their social, political, and economic standing. I'm going to say, Porter, because of this, you know about these two handouts that I'm going to actually just show it to everyone. All right, show players.
Oh, okay.
I think we need a player in game to read the whole thing.
I was going to say I'll read it, but if not, if someone would like to read it, go ahead, because I think it's some good information to know.
Culture Watch, Chicago News at 9, transcript from 3 September 2011, 21:49 Eastern Time. Amanda Klein, Culture Watch host. I'm here with Chicago businesswoman Cho Chusao. Ms. Cho is president of the Genetic Agriculture Products and founder of the Chucha American Advocacy Alliance. Ms. Cho, I understand you have some issues with Dr. Cole's study. Cho Chusao, Chuchu American Advocacy Alliance. Thanks for having me on the show, Amanda. Let me say at the outset, I'm not here as a business owner. I'm here as a proud Chichua, born and raised in Chicago. Go Bulls! And you're right, but you're putting it too mildly. The fact is, this study by Henrietta Cole is nothing more than a racist pseudoscience. Her so-called findings aren't fit for a phrenologist's dream journal. The University of Chicago, and it stops there for me. I can't scroll any further.
Yep. All right. And then the other one, you could read it if you want to. It's a bit longer though, so it's kind of up to you guys if you want to read it in the background or whatever. I'll let you decide, Preacher. You're the one that knows this information, basically.
Yeah, I would just, for sake of brevity, I would just say I just kind of gloss it over this and give everybody the high points, because, I mean, we're talking to a bunch of guys who know more about the ballistics of 5.56 as opposed to the immigration laws between Southeast Asia and America. So,
But I will say, remember that the only reason that you guys know about this is because of that little piece of paper that was slipped to you. That's the only reason you know that the Chochos might be involved. So, I mean, you guys haven't said anything to each other about whether or not you're in the program, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, we did not say anything about that to each other. I want to point out that I figure that our headsets or our glasses or whatever that we're doing to produce this like camera POV also includes an audio that the team back can listen to. Maybe we're all linked up to some kind of AirPod or headset, some sort of situation. Anyway.
Do we know
sorry.
who slipped us that paper to begin with?
No. Nope. Each one of you would have gotten just about that same piece of paper with those words and that green triangle stamp.
And no one said anything to each other during the briefing,
Delta
and we just
green.
went along. Okay.
Can you make that handout public for us so that we can see it, or is it in the journal entries, or do you just have it separate?
Yeah, I can't see it.
I can't see
I
the
was looking for it.
journals though.
Yeah, let me see if I can do that without revealing the whole thing to you.
Hey, Monroe.
Go ahead, Grimm.
So, and try to not out of character or OP or anything like that. Nobody mentioned it just because it wasn't mentioned, right? Nobody just didn't not mention it because they didn't want to talk about it or anything.
At least
sheet.
that's me. I did not
Okay.
care. Yeah, I didn't say anything because or for or against. I don't know what anybody else is thinking.
So, hey, Monroe.
Real quick. So I put the journal entry as viewable. Can you guys open that up and see? Don't look at anything else if it shows up in there, but do you see just the one tab or?
I
No.
see handbook and complex.
I
That's
see
what
the complex and a handbook, yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Maybe I can just do this then.
I concur.
I concur. Yes.
I mean, I know how to show it to you like that.
If you just want to do it like that, I'll just type it up real quick. It ain't a big deal. Or no, not that. The other one, the big one.
Here, I got you. Hang on. Don't worry about it.
Did that come up?
It came up. Yeah. It's just not a journal
I
entry.
see what you mean. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah. I have it up right now.
I just put it in the Discord. I snipped
Okay,
it.
thank you.
Very
Boom.
good. Oh, nice.
And then you need the Culture Watch one too. Right?
Yes. Stand by. Monroe, question.
Grimm. Yes.
Not long after I accepted the contract with the program, I received an odd message or letter in the mail. It didn't have anything addressed to it, nothing on the outside, anything like that. So I don't know if anybody understands and knows what any of this shit means, but it just said the Chochos are a corrupted people and to not trust them.
Oh, you got one too.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That
assume
was-
we all got one, and I would pull mine like out of my pocket, and I would be like,
And you?
I
this is too much.
listen. Before we get a little weird, I'm assuming it's some like whoever hired us wants us to this is kind of like an infield exercise. It's a plant. Let's see what we do with it, kind of thing. I probably wouldn't worry about it too much.
The rest
However.
of us do one of these two. Gentlemen, did you receive a note?
Somebody's
I
slipped
got
it to
a
me.
I got a note.
Everybody, even the pharmaceutical engineer, civil.
Did I get a note
Yes.
from the feds, from the FBI?
Well, we don't know who it's from. That's
Hey,
This-
David. Hey, David.
Yes.
I think we would all here appreciate it if you would pay attention to the briefing so we can move along. Did
Yeah,
you
I-
receive a letter or a note from somebody or anybody that said something along the lines of the Chochos are a corrupted people, not to trust them?
Ooh, no.
oh. So it must have been some sort of military organization then.
Yeah, Monroe, my first thought is that, as secure as this group and this information is, this might tell me that there's some sort of leak. If we all got one and nobody knows that we're a part of this program,
We can only assume the worst.
I agree. Like I said, it could be it could be just kind of like they all gave us this one piece of information kind of as a study or like a a litmus kind of thing. But I do think we should treat it as the worst possible case scenario. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Chochos, but all the shit said, for like the last 30 minutes. And now you guys are up to speed.
I feel like I was just into the Matrix.
Some sort of a strange culture from Southeast Asia that seems to be discredited or disrespected because of their cannibalistic and violent nature.
That's right. Biggest thing that you need to know is that they have a fondness or like a natural affection for societal treasures, things like that. Also, don't call them chihuahuas. They get real fucking mad about it.
I thought it said choo-choos at first, so they don't have anything to do with the railroads.
Blue chews are a TikTok ad. They're completely different.
Okay.
Just stick to the numbers. Gentlemen.
How many choo-choos are there among us?
It's us?
You
know, pretty hard
actually,
on yourself.
I wanted to mention that you also know, Hiram, that there is actually a community of Chochos embedded in the city's larger Southeast Asian neighborhoods.
Also, if you guys don't know this, there is a small population of these people in the Southeast Asian neighborhoods of Chicago. So that's something to keep.
I don't understand. Right. Thank you. I appreciate it. But at the same time, I don't understand why we all received this letter about these Chochos if they were unrelated to this investigation. Right? Of course they are related, but who knows about these people and who knows about us in this operation besides the federal government?
Well, the good news is, boss, you don't have to. I do. So as long as you guys are tracking the reverb, I can track the Chocho angle.
Okay.
Monroe, sir, do we
Maybe
know
they
which
do
part
the
of town?
drugs while they're eating people.
Are they based out of Florida?
Sinclair, what was that?
Do we know which part of town this club is that we're supposed to be going into? Is it anywhere relatively close to the Southeast Asian groups in Chicago?
Game dev?
It is not super close, but close enough that it seems like it could be maybe a relation, but not something to throw out, I guess.
Okay.
To your case manager? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Or? Okay.
Yes. After everyone's done, I wanna take a call, basically reassert to the case manager the situation. So yeah, I want to give him a call.
Okay, so you call up your case manager. There's a long ringtone. There's a click and silence. Someone answered.
Hello, this is Michael Monroe.
Yes, I know who this is. What do you need?
Rude.
Well, we're, as you know, what we're investigating. I'm looking for the reverb analysis data. We need all that we can about the substance itself.
Understood. And then there's a click as the call is ended. Are you maybe in your office or something, or where would you be at this time?
I think we're actually, I want to say we're on the way or getting ready to get to the van. Maybe this is towards the end of everything. I want to make sure I got every piece that we needed from everybody, so that the final step for me was to call the manager for the last bit of information. So I want to obtain this information, via like tablet, I guess.
Okay, yeah, that works. So that gets sent over to you, and I will go ahead and show that handout.
This is just for me?
I'll go ahead and show it to everyone because I don't know how to do it otherwise.
I mean, I wanted to do that for everybody either way, but I just wanted to clarify.
And yeah, I figured you were going to, so.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, so you should be able to see that. Let me pull up the viewers too.
So I also forward this to my team as well. At the same time, I get the attachment. I want to make sure it pops up on everyone's devices. We're going to go ahead and take a look at your device. We're going to get a little debrief of the chemical analysis of the substance that we're working with.
But yeah, as it says there, you should be able to see the actual handout. It says that each capsule is mostly sugar, with a small amount of MDMA and a minuscule, nearly trace amount of what appears to be a naturally occurring alkaloid, probably derived from a plant. A mild psychotrope with a narcotic, and it affects the hypothalamus and central nervous systems. But there's nothing to indicate the profound hallucinogenic effects that the users are reporting.
Now, Finch, I'm taking a look at this chemical analysis of this, and I think you can agree with me here that this unknown organic compound, I mean, it shows no signs of a typical psychotrope, right? What's a typical psychotrope? We're looking at serotonin, we're looking at dopamine receptors, right? In this case, we're looking at hypothalamus. That doesn't make any sense to me. What do you think?
This would make much more sense if it was something like benzodopapine is what it would most likely be. It would make more sense.
Benzodopapine.
Yeah, benzodopapine.
Okay.
It's like a calming agent almost, but it would make more sense in this.
Well, it looks like there's MDMA.
Or maybe even Nalazone would be, decent.
So, looking at the substance, it appears with the MDMA. I mean, maybe the MDMA is interacting with this substance in a way that makes it psychotropic without having any. Either way, I don't understand how we don't know what this organic substance is. I mean, surely if it's naturally deriving from a plant, I mean, we could at least identify it, at least chemical structure-wise.
We should almost easily be able to identify it. Almost all drugs come from only a handful of other like plants or anything like that.
Exactly.
It's not like there's a million,
right? Look at opium. Look at any psilocybin. I mean, look at all the like. When it comes down to it, we should have a chemical structure for the substance, and we don't. This was from the case manager, so this is all that we know. So that's
strange. That's really
very strange. Yeah. And anybody else any thoughts on this chemical analysis? Numbers guy, Born. Any thoughts about the composition here?
I mean, I do have a chemistry degree. Do I have any chemical thoughts about it, Handler?
Chemical thoughts.
Probably nothing different from what it's already been stated.
Right.
Yeah. No.
No, what you guys are saying is, yeah, that sounds about right.
Monroe, you seem pretty smart on things like, pharmacology. Did you go to school for that?
I worked at DEA for many years, son.
Oh,
and,
DEA.
I have
Okay,
a lot of
gotcha.
experience with pharmaceuticals.
Oh, okay, fantastic.
I'm not, it's not my specialty, but a lot of experience. Now, anyway, so now we got the analysis. We can probably compare the newest samples from the database once we acquire them in the future. I'm not sure how old this date is. In fact, the date is actually scratched off on this sample, which is also alarming. So we'll take a look, perhaps get another analysis of the new substance and go from there. Porter, did we get anything else as far as profiling any more individuals? Maybe some key individuals in this case so far.
Nothing yet. Doing some preliminary searches, I have managed to find out that the drug was actually a part of a big shakedown. Like I showed, that's where I got that information where I gave to you earlier. It was mafia shakedown specifically, which I think is odd. Nothing more there. I'm gonna hit up the local hospital. I believe it's called Passport Health. It's in Chicago, and also there's a Ravenswood Animal Hospital, also just outside of Chicago. I'm gonna hit both of those up to see.
Why animal hospital?
Well, if you're overdosing on some shit, you don't want somebody to know. Where do you go?
Really? I never. In all my years, I've never heard of such a thing. I'm hesitant to devote any resources on this. How certain are you?
To be honest with you, sir, it's one of those things where it's just to cover all bases. It's going to be have you guys seen, off the books, anybody coming in trying to get some sort of a treatment for this, so on and so forth? Because, like you said, when you're overdosed on something, you get scared, you don't want to be treated at a legit hospital, you go to a vet clinic. That's just how that works, or at least in times past, what I've noticed. So
I'll trust your expertise in this.
So I'll give you like the most information that I can get on that just as soon as I can, sir.
Very good, thank you. Now, as we're getting in here and we're getting geared up and ready, I just want everyone to know here that once we're on the inside, I mean, anything could happen, anything could go wrong at an instant, a drop of a hat, right? And make sure that we're all ready for this. And I want to make sure, especially, that the two civilians coming with me are ready to handle the repercussions that could be of this investigation. Finch and Lionel, I mean, when I say this could be your last investigation. This could be your last mission. I want to make sure that you're both ready to handle that reality.
So like death is online, right?
That's what I'm saying. Sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Lionel?
Yeah, it's not like I don't do that every single day.
Yeah, same. Like, drugs.
Finch, you have a very particular attitude. I'm not really sure about it yet.
You want some benzodiazepine? I pull out a thing of it, unmarked. Like, it'll calm you down.
Finch, we're still in the middle of the FBI building in Chicago. I really would recommend keeping this to yourself.
It's my profession. I'm allowed to carry this shit around.
You're definitely not a carrier on labelless prescription drugs. As a former DEA agent, I assure you that is not legal. Anyway, I'll pretend like I didn't see that. We're gonna proceed to the location. I'm assuming I'm driving unless somebody else has got a better drive skill.
What's your drive skill?
50.
Same.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust Finch to drive.
Right.
I've literally done nothing to anyone.
No, of course not.
Well, he's just been sus this whole time.
Just been fucking started off with the wrong name.
Hey, the handler's issue is not my issue.
So, would we have like some computer stuff set up in the back of the van so numbers can watch the body cams and
monitors,
I can do my drone shit?
Yep, all of that. So at this point, I'm just pretty much going to let you guys go ahead and take the reins on this operation here. Let me know, you're pulling up now, assuming that you've got everything loaded in your van, all the equipment you need, and you're ready to go. You're pulling up towards the area now. It sounded like Michael Monroe was driving.
You might want to stop like right here, Monroe, and let anyone that's going in the club out like a few blocks away and let us walk our own way.
Finch, are you really questioning the level of integrity I have for this operation, sir?
No, I'm just
you
pointing
understand
out...
this is my last operation.
Monroe, I don't think he's questioning it, but for the first time since we've met, he's made a good point. Why don't y'all get out? Numbers and I'll move to a spot.
I'm not arguing on the validity, but rather the...
I don't understand it, but my name is Jason.
Okay, very good, Jason. You're going to take a look at the audio. You're going to monitor audio visual, look for any obscurities, and I want you to hyper focus on this. On the
Agent Bourne is also acceptable.
Hey, Jason Bourne, what's the highest number you know?
Is this a trick question?
Jesus Christ.
God damn it! I knew it.
So as you get out of the van there.
Oh, I want to make sure before we go
wearing.
in. Before we go in, Grimm, I want to make sure that I want an overview of the building so that we know of all the entrances and exits. Just have the ops on that. And then I'm going to pass out 2 medium pistols to both Lionel and Finch.
I don't take it.
This is for your safeties.
I sorry, man. I actually have a really big problem with firearms. I can't take that.
That wasn't on your file.
I am sorry. It should have been.
Why did they send you to me?
I'm the drug guy.
I'm gonna give Lionel the gun.
And this is how you end up with Buddy Guy as your tank guy. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Hey,
Lionel,
well-
you all should be able to see the in the compendium
Equipment.
packs.
Oh.
There should be equipment, firearms, and all that stuff in there. Can you guys see those? Specifically, Lionel, if you're taking a weapon.
Yeah, I see firearms and hand-to-hand.
Or I'm sorry, it's Rinney Lionel, right? Lionel's the last name.
Yeah, Lionel's the first name, I think, right?
Yeah, Mr. Ritchie.
Yeah, Lionel
Mr.
Rinney.
Ritchie.
Okay,
Mr.
gotcha.
Rinney.
All right. So
Got him flopped.
were you able to find that?
Yep, I got it.
Cool. Gotcha. All right. So as you pile out of the van, you you make sure you're
Pistol,
armed.
vested
what
up.
do you guys wear? Yeah.
I think casual streetwear. I'm wearing denim. I have probably brown dress shoes on. Like I'm like semi-formal, but like nothing too flamboyant. And I want to wear just a casual sweater with underneath. I swear I'm strapped. I'm wearing like kind of a heavy sweater with an overcoat, jacket, pea coat. With underneath my sweater then being my Kevlar vest, and like I said, my firearm.
I did
Pretty
not
much it.
change at all. I'm wearing baggy butt pants and sweatshirt. I look like I woke up pretty late.
All right.
Hey,
And-
Alpha. You had said something in Discord.
Yeah, I'm already outside the club, dressed as a homeless man, staggering around
Okay.
with a little mug and
You're strapped,
asking
right?
for change. I didn't know. I had assumed that a firearm would be assigned.
I
but-
would have definitely given you a firearm before you got out of the vehicle.
SMG.
Something,
Yeah, you can-
whatever you're used to. Whatever you're used to, yeah.
Well, what I'm used to is a minigun, but
Well, maybe not that. Can you handle like a UMP or maybe like a MP4, like a
yeah,
lightweight SMG?
yeah. I can tuck that away behind me.
There you go. It's in your
Um,
inventory.
While you guys are on your way up, I would say that Jason and I are in the back. I'm not sure what he's doing on his end for body cams, but I'm getting my drone ready and popping. Our van came with a little rooftop opening, so I'm just opening that up and pushing the drone out.
Oh,
Okay.
Sorry, Grimm. I want you to. You're the lead here inside the van. At any point, you are free to come into the club or handle the operation within the van. You have full control. I want to make sure that you understand that I trust you. You're the most qualified operative here, besides Sinclair and myself.
I'm FBI already. I don't.
Understood.
Yes, but you're a desk jockey. And then I leave.
I've never ridden a horse,
Shut
sir.
it.
Hey, Born, while you're checking your comms and your cameras, I don't know if you have the ability to do any hacking, do you?
Hacker man.
I think computers is a thing, so let me check.
I mean, it's 2022. Probably got Wi-Fi in there, so that bitch, you know.
Yeah.
Also, to be fair, just because I'm doing phone calls and blah 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 doesn't mean that I can't try to hack in a little bit and help if I need to. I'm still around. I'm just kind of,
How
I
do
would say we
rolls
would
work
connect
on
you
this?
with a
You're trying to
live-
get under your skill number out of 100, or
Yeah.
okay. So my computer science is only 40.
which means you have to get at least a 39 to pass.
Here, I got this. I got 0.
You're
computer
not even
science.
with us.
You're coming inside.
That's the joke. I
Inside?
have 0 computer science.
Is he wearing a condom?
God,
Whoa!
Okay.
Porter, I would assume we'd have you up on some sort of protected live feed with me and Jason.
Yeah, numbers is Ray-Bans that he took with him have a Google camera in them, and I've got into that, so I'm walking with
I
numbers.
would bring that up. If anybody
definitely
can
have
hack
POV
into
feed
maybe
first.
the club cameras to get an extra eye, that would be great.
We'll
Okay.
keep that in
yes.
mind. On the side.
As from what I'm seeing with numbers, it's looking pretty run down. It looks like I would need like a hard push in if that's even possible. I don't know if I can just do it from the Wi-Fi. We'll have to see.
Right now?
But right now nothing. I don't know.
Right now, our focus is just asset acquisition and potential contacts. If
Understood.
it escalates, if it escalates, it escalates. But right now, that is our bare minimum.
I understand. Just know I'm here.
Roger, thank you.
Handler, as I see them getting out of the vehicle, can I make an observation check on the inside of the club, see if I see anything shady?
Yes, we will. We will get to that. We are moving forward now with that. Then, so it's
To that.
you pull up in the van a couple blocks away. So you wouldn't even see them get out of the van, but you would see them approaching down the road. And so it is Monroe, Finch, and Lionel, right?
Rinney.
On foot, together.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Not.
We're all
okay.
together.
So you see them walking in
acting out
down the street.
more jovial. Yeah, just kind of like
Okay.
we're like we're a bunch of friends.
Random
Yay!
All right.
Yeah.
Then Dom, I'm assuming you want to kind of try and take a look around the building or the outside, or are you trying to get a look at inside too?
As I'm walking around, probably be in between the alleys on both sides of the building, if it has alleys on both sides of the buildings, trying to look around the building, see if there's any notable exits or places where people might come out at, and then also on the inside to see if there's anything going on that may look like a deal going down or something shady going on.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me. We'll go with the. Because there's not an observation in this. It's not. I don't think that's really search.
Alertness.
Yeah, kind of, but not quite. We'll go with search because I guess that's kind of what you're doing here. Let's do search.
Artillery.
Yeah.
No.
All right. No good. And then in this game, whenever you fail a roll is when you want to mark it for advancement. So make sure if you fail a roll, you mark that skill with the checkbox there.
Sweet. And then all you guys just see him drunkenly walking around, oh, God save our queen, and and then that's what he's doing. Probably bumps into one of you.
We acknowledge each other. We make some sort of signal that we understand what's happening. Ah, get out of here, man. We don't want nothing. We're just trying to have a good time here.
So as you approach this place, it is fairly run down looking, in the sense that it's in a kind of older part of the city. It's not really, in a part of the city that's got office buildings or anything like that. So you're not seeing like tall buildings next to this club or anything. There's some other there's warehouses around, maybe some factory buildings and stuff. It's not the nicest looking area, and it looks like this used to be probably an old dive bar or something that's been renovated over and over the years. And the latest renovation is slapping some disco balls in there and lights to try and make it a nice little party club, but you can still see underneath all that sparkling and lights and the shininess that the lacquered veneer old dive bar with all the stains everywhere that are still there if you really look close enough in this dark club.
I whisper you can only polish a turd so much.
Yeah. That's exactly it. And you get in very easily. There is a bouncer at the front, unless you're planning on stopping. He doesn't really. He just kind of nods at you, and
it's my birthday today.
I'm gonna look. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'm gonna look at Monroe. I'm like, hey, Monroe. I know this is your operation. I don't want to step on toes, but.
Well, I'm sorry. What, man?
You gotta calm the fuck down. There's way too much attention on us right now, honestly. No one here is happy. It doesn't matter what club we're at. No one here is happy.
Anyway, yeah, we're gonna go in here.
I'm gonna try to step slightly ahead, just a little bit, into the club.
Okay.
I'm still acting naive, jovial, and it's like it's my birthday. I'm definitely acting that up. Even though he did stop me and say that in the middle of the fucking. Anyway, continue.
All right.
So
Yeah, no one really seems to be taking extra notice of you or anything. There's a couple other patrons, kind of around the front, whatever, kind of idling, and the bouncer doesn't really seem to pay attention to you guys. You just look like another group of of individuals coming in to have a good time, and he doesn't really care as long as you get the impression that the only time he steps in is when there's an actual fight going on.
We're yeah. Go ahead.
Just as they're walking in, can I get that drone kind of to do a basically a perimeter check? It's high enough to do a quick, 360 of the area, the roof, the alleyways, maybe behind it, to see anything out of the ordinary. Looking for doors, maybe people that are in the area that wouldn't normally just be hanging out, like almost like guards or whatever.
What kind of optics are you running?
Since it's dark, I'm running night at this time. NVG.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because otherwise we really wouldn't be able to see very much. So with the night vision, you're able to see. You can see them heading towards the club. You can see Dom stumbling around outside, playing the part up. Those other patrons that I've mentioned that are kind of milling about around. The bouncer, as you head back around the building side. You do see that there's a back door to the place. There's a roof entrance, and you can see a worker smoking out back at the door. Otherwise, you don't really see anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. And I would just speak into the mic, just talking to everybody. So aside from the bouncer, we got a door in the back and a door on the roof. Dom, just a heads up, you do have a worker in the back door. Looks like he's on a smoke break. I'll keep eyes up.
Cool. We all definitely hear this, right? He's talking on the mic. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. All right.
Yeah, I'm assuming you've all got some sort of comms that you have going on, and then you three that went in have either like glasses or maybe a little lapel camera, something like that, so that they can see what you see.
For sure. 2022, baby. I mean, we got it all.
Yep.
We got open AI on this bitch. Okay.
When we first get in and walk in, does it look like it's a relatively happening club, or does it look dead, or what's going on?
It looks, I wouldn't say dead, and I wouldn't say happening either. It is somewhere in between. So there are some people in there. It's quite a mixed crowd as far as what you can tell people are in there for. There's definitely the people that have been in here probably through all of the renovations this place has seen. Sitting at the bar or sitting in the darker corners, just kind of keeping to themselves and maybe one other person enjoying their drink. Whereas there's other people in here who seem younger. They're here to party. They're here to dance on the wooden shingle dance floor out in the middle of this fancied up dive bar.
I'm gonna look back to Lionel, and I'm gonna look back to Monroe. And I'm gonna hit them with the hang loose, and I'm gonna dip away from them into the crowds.
Okay.
Hey, where you think you're going, man?
Hey man, I'm gonna go enjoy the club, and maybe meet some people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll be at the bar. I'm gonna get a couple of birthday shots. I'm gonna say that kind of loud too.
Yeah.
Just kind of loud in the area.
Happy birthday, man. I'll see you later.
Thanks, man. It's 40th. Can't believe it.
Fucking old. What the hell?
I'm technically 45.
So you step a little deeper into the club here. It's not so thick, the crowd, that you really disappear into it, Finch. You're still visible to everyone, but you're out there, I'm assuming, kind of mingling on the dance floor or whatever, or around the bar and such. And you're actually
talking to the bartender, talking to other patrons. Yeah,
and Finch, you actually kind of fit in surprisingly. It's such a mixed crowd as far as the way people are dressed, just the general continence attitude of everyone, that that you don't really seem out of place wearing just your sweatsuit.
If possible, would I be able to use something like criminology to see if I can see any specific people I'm looking for?
Yeah, you can roll criminology.
What do his I see?
And Monroe, you said you were also kind of looking around a bit.
Yeah.
That is an extreme success.
Ooh, nice. We'll get to that in just a second here.
Yeah, too bad Brutus ruled that, not Finch.
Too bad.
Yeah, he doesn't recognize anybody but himself in the mirror.
Yeah. Nice try, 2 sheets.
My rolls went down off of OBS and never brought that back up.
Yeah, I see that. That's okay. I was just thinking, where is it on the street?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Forgot here in a second.
Alright, I'll handle that in a moment.
And then while you're
But
doing that,
anyways,
I'm just gonna be looking around while they're doing their other thing and doing what they need to do.
Okay, sure. So for Michael Monroe, what are you doing to like look for people or whatever?
So I'm gonna go up to the bar, with Rinney. I'm gonna be like on a shuttered mind, like, dude, I'm so happy that you came out for my birthday, man. I wanted to celebrate so much. And then I look over to the bartender. I'm like, hey, bartender, it's my birthday. Can I get everybody here at the bar a shot?
So the bartender gives you like kind of a side-eyed like a glance and lets out a visible sigh, like, you know, this is going to be a long night possibly with this guy. She comes
Man,
down
I know it's
towards
gonna
you.
be a lot, man. I'll take care. Hey, lady, I know it's gonna be a lot, but I'll take care of you. Don't worry. I slide her
She
a
comes
20
down
already.
towards you. Nice. You can see that her name tag that she's got on it says Ella. It's very old, faded.
They have you wearing name tags in this joint? What kind of place is this?
Kind of fucking bar is this?
It's a bit of an odd one, I'd say. But shots coming up for everyone.
Thank you. You know,
So
whatever you got, bourbon, whiskey, anything like
Something
that.
local, Malort.
Yeah, some local.
Something local. Only the finest gypsums for me and my comrades.
They're just saying this in my fucking headset right now. Like,
We're
just
all a
fucking
bunch of
trolling me.
stepsons that are ready to fight our stepfathers.
Oh,
Yeah. Anybody feel like burning patio furniture?
We'd like your finest odd botanicals.
Barrel aged Malort, please.
hey, my man, what do you drink, Lionel? What do you drink?
I don't care.
So there's a couple other
Yeah.
people at the bar here with you that take up that offer of getting some shots. Most other people seem to be kind of off dancing or they're doing whatever else in the club at some other tables.
Sure.
A lot of people don't really seem to really sit at the bar too much. You know, they approach it, get a drink, and leave. So you've got your drinks. What's next? Is anyone outside doing anything different? You guys lead the investigation.
Okay, outside, yeah, we'll go outside then. Whatever, not us. I mean, whoever else is outside, go ahead.
I did have that criminology roll at some point as well, though.
Yeah, I will get to that.
Hades, what are you doing?
Yeah, Sinclair, what does it look like on the outside? I can't say this, but you
So I'm
currently
just, I'm trying to scan the room from their viewpoints. If I see anything that looks like a drug deal or anything that stands out.
Okay. All right.
Based on the cameras, I would be looking around to see if there's any way that I could possibly tap into the security systems here, if that's even remotely possible.
Yeah,
I'm
if you
looking
have
around for a
computer
Wi-Fi.
science or
I'm
something
looking
else
around.
relevant.
Yeah, I'm looking around for a password that's publicly visible. If not, I definitely want to ask the bartender.
That's okay. Roll search for that.
Okay. Hopefully that helps. Let's see.
Computer science in chat, or in the roll table.
All right, give me one moment. Let me take this as an opportunity to bring that back up for the viewers.
That was my first roll.
That was a really good. No, you did pharmacology.
Oh, I did. That's right. Whoops.
All right.
Game
here we go.
details.
Okay, so for that search, you don't see anything for that. For that computer science role, you're able to. You've got the equipment that you were able to pick up that Wi-Fi signal. Turns out they have cameras on their network in their local network that you were able to crack into. Located it with a sniffer, ran a cracking program, got through all of that. Hacked the IP, that sort of general stuff. vague computer science terms.
Hacking the mainframe.
Yeah, you can get devices, IP, IP config. You know what you're doing.
Yep.
Command prompt.
We're using TikTok
so
to
you've got-
access the home Wi-Fi.
You've got.
No, I just
3
opened another port. That way we could play this on their computers.
We can play Minecraft server with their devices.
Fuck yeah, wow, classic hardcore. LAN party.
So
Anyway, go ahead.
You've got 3 cameras. There's a camera in like the main, dance floor and room and everything. You can see the bar. It's not that they're not great cameras, but you can kind of vaguely make out people here and there, and you can kind of tell. It's easy to lose track of the 3, agents that you have in there. You have another camera that seems to be a back room of some sort. There's like a table in there. It looks like maybe they use it for like a break room, office room sort of combination. It must just be a room in the back of the building. And then there's another camera where you see that person that's finishing up their smoke break, about to walk back inside.
And then through everybody's ears, you would just hear me kind of say, just so you guys know, I've got eyes. They're not great. I got 3 rooms. Looks like I've got looking at the bar, looking at a break room, looking at the back door smoke break guy. But I might be able to give you guys a heads up if something starts going down on the other side of the room. I figure maybe out of game it might give us a little bit of a surprise in case something goes down or something. I might be able to clock it first or something. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. I'll have you keeping an eye on them that way. So, David Finch, you were able to, through some legwork there and talking to some people with your criminology skill, you were able to track down a Damien that seems to be a user of Reverb and sometimes is a dealer for occasional dope sales for some extra money. So you're able to find him if you'd like to interview or do whatever. He seems to be sitting off to the side with a little entourage.
I kind of walk over and vaguely sit near-ish him. And at this point, we've already...
By the way, just so you know. I
obviously,
definitely see him often do this.
I've already talked to him a little bit, knowing that his name is Damien. I'm like, Damien, man, do you got anything to make the night just a little funner? It's kind of sucks, not gonna lie.
Well, I can give you something. What are you looking for?
I don't want any of that basic shit. I heard something new is going around. You know anything new? Something that hit me hard?
I know something new, but I ran out of it. I don't think you want to take any of that anyways. I have, I got some just...
No, man, dude. My cousin just died on me, man. I need something strong. Can you please give me something?
Alright, roll either a persuade
or...
yeah, we'll go with persuade.
Success.
Okay. Look, I don't have any of this stuff myself anymore, but I think I can give you a name of someone else.
Is he is he close by?
Listen, I can tell you more about this stuff. You don't want to... I don't think you want to take it. You got to be a real experienced user. I mean, I didn't like it myself.
What is it? Tell me. What's gonna... dude, I've done hallucinogens. I've done all the normal shit. What's this gonna do to me? Put me on my ass? That's fine. That's what I want.
Give me a persuade roll at -20.
Oh my god.
How do I do -20?
I don't know if it lets you do it automatically in here. Try right-clicking on it or something. I didn't...
Oh, yes, I
don't
see it.
remember, actually.
You have to succeed at 50, basically.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Nope.
Ooh, so that's a little far. Would I... No, I'm just gonna let that fail.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like at that moment, as you're trying to convince him, he's just kind of staring off, like he just went somewhere for a moment, and then he snaps back and just continues like it didn't happen. Like I said, I'll find you the name, but you're not gonna like it.
Well, again, you know what? Is it just like a strong, like, what is this? Is it just strong stuff, or?
So he writes down a
I
couple of
have
names for you before he answers.
real quick, and
mhm.
before that, handler. I'm watching this on camera, assuming he's got one. When he first asked for drugs and stuff, do I notice anything like the dealer reaching for a pocket, or like, like he's hesitating, like he went to grab something he's got, but he decides against it?
Roll either alertness or psychotherapy. Or no, I'm sorry, not psychotherapy. It is. Where the fuck did it go? The other one that starts with psycho. Yeah, it is psychotherapy. Yep.
I guess alertness it is. Unless quick check. No, I don't think I can make any argument for anything else. I'm gonna say law. What does the law tell me on this?
Law.
I'm just messing.
Failure. Yeah, no,
I
you
failed.
don't notice anything out of the ordinary or whatever. Anyone else watching cameras or this conversation or anything can also do the same roll.
I mean, I might toss it out there. What'd you say, alertness?
Either alertness or psychotherapy. Yeah.
I'll toss it out there just for shits and giggles. Nope, missed that one too. Just because I just happened to be watching cameras at the time.
All right. But he gives you two names. He points you to a Rufus LeRoyal Brown, aka Rufy, and Lucien Bad Luke Riggs. Brown is in a police
Rufus.
station under arrest and being interrogated on heroin charges. Riggs is at large still.
Okay, one sec. Can you post that so I can keep it in my
Yes.
notes, or?
There you
Thank you.
So back over to Monroe and Rinney over there. What are you guys doing?
Rinney, man, I never told you how much I really appreciate your friendship, man. I mean, we go, and I'm just gonna take the shot, but not actually drink it, and spit it like.
He's trying really hard to get me to like act with him right now, and I'm having none of it. In fact, I'm not even actually sitting at the bar. I'm like turned around with my elbows on the bar,
All right.
kind of like making gestures almost as if I'm like fiending off of something, like rubbing my nose a lot and rubbing my gums and seeing if I get any attention that way.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
Actually, you do get a little attention there. You seem to be playing it up just right there, and Ella, the bartender, kind of comes up behind you and kind of gets both of your attention and says, "Hey, do you two do any partying? Is that what you're here for? Beyond just a little drink in there?"
Yeah, it's my birthday today. I'm celebrating.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
oh
I'm just
yeah.
learning my words.
What kind of stuff are you all into?
And anything that like just sends you, you know what I'm saying? Just anything that just takes me away from whatever fucking shit I'm here with.
It'd be easier to give you a list of stuff that I don't like to do.
I know what you mean. Have you either of you tried this new stuff called Reverb?
Whoa,
No?
what's that?
You gotta try it. It
It's not
gets
gonna
you
put
high.
any holes in
but
your brain,
it's-
right?
No, I don't know. If it does, I'll fill it with something else. Whatever. But this stuff, man, it gets you high, but it's more than that. It's like time just stretches, and it's beyond anything I've felt with anything else I've tried. It's crazy. It's like you repeat the same. It's like repeating the same instance over and over again. So it makes dancing and especially sex like a lot better than they've ever been. If you're looking for some, I think Damien over there, and she points out to who Finch is actually talking to right now. I think he knows some people that have it.
Really? That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it sounds pretty nice. How do you know old Damien?
Oh well, he frequents this location, and you know he's got some sales of his own. He does sometimes.
He's just he'll just let us have some. Like,
Well, you gotta pay.
well,
I don't know.
I mean,
it's your birthday, though.
I get it. It is
Maybe
my
you get
birthday.
a birthday discount. Yeah. Why don't you go
You
ask
think?
him? And she kind of starts
Okay.
going back to work slowly as that conversation kind of fizzles out.
Thank you.
I've got a
Lionel,
question, handler.
Let's go check
Sure.
this guy out.
Do we have any kind of technology attached to the cameras that would be like face recognition?
Oh,
You can have face recognition programs, yeah, in the equipment in the van for sure.
Bueno.
Do I run it on the drug dealer guy? Do I pick up anything that would tell me anything about him?
You do get some mugshots of him. He seems to be through that you're able to pull up like a lot more information. This is Damian Lucas, a 22-year-old high school dropout. He's been in trouble with the law a little bit throughout his teenage years.
He was in the troubles.
In the troubles.
Sorry, go on.
Ow. Telegram.
So that's why he has that information out there. You know, some petty theft, those sort of things. Maybe he was caught with some weed when he was a teenager or whatever. That kind of thing. But nothing real major, as nothing's recorded anyway.
Yeah, but people know him by his real first name. What a chump.
Does Damien have tattoos?
They got
Not
any
that
scars, marks, tattoos on him?
Not that you can see, Lionel. But Jason, having pulled up those reports, would know that he does have, I don't know, some. He's got the monster logo tattooed on his back. There we
His
go.
entire back?
Yes, yeah.
What's his name? Fucking
It's the
Kyle.
number of the beast.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. Except for the tramp stamp, he's got like that Fox motorcycle logo right there.
Yeah, Kyle.
Only God can judge me over his left eyebrow.
A left
Judy.
eyebrow.
You mean only Judy can judge him?
Yeah, only Judy can judge me.
Inside team's going towards the drug dealers. Lionel and myself are moving towards the drug dealers. I don't know what else is going on the outside though.
When I see them start to walk towards drug dealers,
Hmm.
I'm going to
Well,
dab
they'd be
Damien up.
walking towards you because they're
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damien
That-
is the one
yeah,
walking towards
that's
you.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting
Okay,
at.
gotcha,
What's
gotcha.
up?
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna dab Damien up. I'm gonna
Dude, you
stand
didn't-
up.
Dude, you didn't get any of my birthday shots, bro. I got a couple lined up for you back there.
You do? You got me some birthday shots?
Yeah, well, for me, it's my birthday.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, Damien, good talking to you, man. I'll catch you up later. These are my two buddies. They
Oh, you two know each other? Yo,
Yeah.
Damien, what's up, man? I'm
we
gonna
just
dap him up.
we just met, but he's cool. I'm gonna go get some
Right.
birthday shots. Damien, if you can help him out, that'd be amazing. I'm gonna walk over to the bar.
I'm gonna dab up Damien.
He
Accept.
returns likewise, yes, and indicates to have a seat. Come on, sit down, sit down. What are you here for? How can I help you?
Oh, Ellie was just telling us about you, man. And it's my birthday,
Oh, yeah.
and she said she's looking for something crazy, and I love crazy.
Yeah, we can do that. What are you looking for?
And what do you got? I hear there's some new stuff going around, and I'm so interested.
Some new stuff. What are you talking about?
Well, at least something I've never heard of. I mean, look at me, I'm old as hell, man. You know, I'm used to that old stuff. You know, what was it called? Man, I'm looking at Lionel. What's it called?
You hear inside your earphone, pull out $60. Pull out that wad of money you have in your pocket. Pull 60 out and say, "I think it's this much."
Yeah. So
I
what's
bet
it
it-
called, Lionel? And then I pull out $60 and I lay it. It's something about that much, I think. That's what I was told.
Please. Go ahead, Lionel.
Lionel?
Oh, I
What's that drug called again?
top of my head, I don't think I know.
What are you? She was just telling us. Starts with an. It's like, I think it has to. It's like Echo. No, it's like starts with an R.
You
I
see
think.
his you see his face like slowly, the smile slowly starting to fade away. Are you? Did she tell you
sex
about?
lasts forever.
Is she telling you about reverb?
Yes, dude. I want to try some of that. I mean, I've had just. I'm not like so drunk, but like I'm like enough. Like I can like really vibe off of something like this.
I don't know what it is about tonight, but everyone seems to want this stuff. It's I almost don't want to give it out to anyone else.
Oh shit.
It's,
No, I
it's
get that,
pretty
man.
intense.
I mean,
it's pretty intense.
Here. I pulled another $60, so I got $120 out. Here, man. I mean, I understand it's really hot right now, and I'm willing to pay for that demand. Like, I'm having a good time. It's my birthday. I don't know if I said that. It's my birthday. Me and Ella go way back. I mean, Ellie, you can go talk to her at the bar. I mean, why else would she tell me about you?
All right. Listen.
Right?
I'll give you some names. That's what I did for your buddy back there.
Some names? No, bro. She just said
I
you
don't
had
have
some.
any. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't have
She
any
just
right
said.
now. But listen.
She just said.
Yeah, I was carrying it with me.
Come on,
but,
man.
I had to stop because it wasn't just stretching time. It was time was missing entirely for me. I mean, there's whole days happening different, not just not happening in my mind, but happening differently than other people remembered it. I can't. I've been. It did something to me. I don't. But you know what? I don't care anymore.
Okay,
He snatches that money off of you and writes down those names for you and says, "Here, go find these guys. They'll hook you up."
What do you mean, go find these guys and hook us up? You just said you were going to sell us this stuff.
Yeah, would you just take my money and that's what you're just gonna do on the? You're
Yeah,
not gonna give me any
finder's fee. Finder's fee.
finder's fee, huh? Finder's fee. You know, I don't really like this.
What is the spotless mind bullshit that you're trying to spew, dude? First you say, "Oh, I want to get rid of this fucking drug," and then you say, "Oh, I can't remember that I said that." That's fucking weird, dude. Like, what kind of fucking? How burnt out are you?
Yeah, frankly, it's fucking bullshit, man.
And I'm going to put my hand on my ear real quick and say, "Eyes up." And I'm also not even going to really pay attention to what Damien's doing. I'm going to dart my eyes around the room, and I'm going to push him real good. And see if anyone, like, really takes special notice to me physically assaulting this guy.
I'm just kind of following his lead. He seems to be doing something here, so I'm just kind of playing with it.
The bouncer that's at the door does take notice of you. It looks like he's been watching you a little bit now that you're actually looking around and looking for people watching you. He's keeping an eye on you for sure. Ella is just because she sent you over there, and then immediate people in the area are kind of starting to take notice because there might be a fight. It looks like, so they kind of want to keep an eye on that. But no one else in particular.
Be advised, Rinney, muscles his eyes on. Bartender seems to not be paying too much attention right now, but you did get some eyes on you just now.
Noticing this and noticing the bouncer start to walk towards them, I'm going to start to walk towards them too, but slowly. I'm not going to go up and help them, but I'm going to be nearby if help is needed.
Okay.
What I want to do is noticing when Lionel said eyes up, I immediately looked up in his direction towards the inside, and I noticed if I notice the bouncer turn around from the outside, I'm going to try my best to sneak up behind him where he doesn't hear me, and if he starts going towards the other guys, I want to subdue him.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say you're in position to do that then.
When Lionel pushes him, I want to also back him up with where are these guys even at, man? How fucking far are we gonna have to fucking travel for this shit? I'm here now.
Both of you roll a psychotherapy check for me.
While they're doing that,
tell you what happens. Yeah.
When Lionel comes across the comms, I mean, I'm still doing my normal 360 around this building, but I'm also trying to pay attention to the outside of the front of the building to see if something looks like if they look like they're just sitting there, like so cars sitting by, hanging tight, like with extra muscle, or maybe that's like the source that local dealers go up to get from to make the exchange, so no money's being exchanged with drugs, kind of thing. Like, so if there's more that maybe trying to sit incognito but aren't doing a good job at it.
Okay.
Would Hume Int work here by chance? Int? Human
Not.
Int?
No, not for what I'm having you roll for. It wouldn't.
Okay.
Human is like knowing people, right? Or is that what is human?
Yeah, basically. All right. So.
Do I notice anyone who seems unhuman?
Okay, so what are your human skills, by the way, both of you?
Mine's
Same. Mine's 10. Same.
Mine's 60.
Mine is 70.
Okay. Finch, you're kind of a little bit away, so you don't quite notice as much. But Michael, Monroe, Michael, you notice that this guy is legitimately terrified as he starts spewing all of this stuff about the reverb drug. He starts talking about visions of weird places and people, drifting into distressing reverie as he speaks.
Shit.
You seem to have triggered something in him, more or less, Lionel.
Shit.
He starts kind of almost gibbering in a sense, and he's talking about, they lasted for days, forever. I was in these places. Carcosa, do you see it? I see it. And then he starts kneeling down and like basically gets into a fetal position in a ball on the dance floor now.
Okay, I'm going.
Everyone.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry, not everyone. Michael, sanity check.
Oh.
Okay, you succeed. No sanity loss this time, but you realize that he is like legitimately afraid. Like he is terrified for his life of something beyond just.
Hey, hey man, take it easy. Do you want to take this outside, man? Are you okay? What's going on?
He kind of looks up to you from his little ball and he says, I don't know. I don't know what I need anymore. I don't know. And then he starts just kind of shutting down and doesn't say anything else. Ella comes over and kind of starts trying to comfort him and get him out of the way. If you don't get in the way or anything, she slowly kind of gets him up and walks him out the front.
Yeah, hey, I'm sorry, Ella. We were just trying to see what's going on, and he got really upset. And well, I guess here he is now. I don't. This is not bad. Horrible birthday.
After she walks him out, she does respond to you and says, I don't know what's been going on with him lately. I was really hoping he'd be different tonight, but I don't know. Here lately, the past maybe week or so, it's just not himself anymore. I don't know. I guess the party can't last forever. And then she starts walking back towards the bar.
Well, what if we give? I'm gonna give him some air. Did you stop me?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna try to take him. I'm gonna look at Lionel. Look at him. I'm gonna try to take him outside.
Okay, he's already outside. Like she walked him outside, and he's like kind of leaving the place.
Okay.
I'm going to at this point. I want to get up near Monroe, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna point to the dude. I'm gonna point away. Like I'm gonna mime we taking this dude. Okay. At this point, because the dude is still lucid, right? He's still moving around.
Yeah, he's recovered. He just
Would
looks
I be able...
incredibly depressed now and is walking out, down the street.
Okay,
so
we're about to take this dude into an FBI van or a van. He's not gonna be too happy about that. I'm gonna kind of walk over and take his arm, put it over my shoulders. Would I be able to do stealth and hit this guy with the tranquilizer?
Yeah, you can do that. Go ahead, Grimm. You were about to say something.
Yeah. As you guys are doing this, I'm still doing my
definitely
normal
pushing that.
360s and such. I immediately come up on the comms and this is like, I know you guys are out front. We got somebody leaving out of the back. I'll get an overwatch on them. We can get eyes to kind of tail.
Um,
I'm gonna as we're coming out, we hear that. I look back at Sinclair, who's probably homeless outside, to see if
Yeah.
he can address that.
yeah, I was gonna head around back. Do we know if is he coming around the back on the right side, left side?
It looked like he was just coming. He wasn't walking around the back. He walked out of the back door, and it looks like he's just walking like kind of straight away from the building.
Do you have a description?
Okay.
From what you can tell, it looks like a middle-aged man. That's about all you can tell in night vision, though.
Was it anybody that was on the cameras that both Jason and Porter were monitoring?
I'm assuming you asked them that and show them who you're looking at. They do confirm that this was someone that was probably a janitor there. He was cleaning toilets.
Huh.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, right before I decided to kill the cameras, may have noticed this guy walking out, and that's what I would tell him. Is it's probably some sort of janitor or something. But once I noticed everybody was trying to like escort this guy out real sketchily, I just started like trying to do something to maybe like make the cameras kind of fuzzy for a second. Not necessarily take them completely out, but just make them fuzzy for a second.
Okay. Yeah, you have that ability. So it sounded like... How are we going to do this? So it sounded like Finch is following Damien outside, and once he's away from people, is going to try and trank him. Michael and Lionel, are you both
We're all
following
there
him?
trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to take him outside and then kind of just walk him back to where we're at. And then go from there. Like go back to the van. So if Finch is gonna tranquilize him, that's his own accord. I'm shouldering him over.
I would like to push this, and I have a reason for it. So I'm trying to do in one like quick motion is pull him over my shoulder, from under my baggy clothes. You wouldn't be able to see it, but it is an extremely mean metal-looking syringe. And I'm going to poke him right in the side and inject it. It is a very strong. But when I was pulling him over, it got caught on my shirt, and I'm fumbling with it.
Well,
I would like to. Yeah.
I don't think this game has pushing rolls.
Oh, it doesn't?
No. Not like Call of Cthulhu does.
I thought it did. I thought I read that.
Not that I'm aware of, unless I'm forgetting that.
Huh.
Yeah. Sorry.
Never mind.
So you try to
do it or
stab
you don't.
metal syringe.
Well, then, yeah, I guess I just don't do it then.
Okay. So you go and try and do this. It's kind of dark. You basically just fumble around a bunch, and he doesn't know what happened. But other than you like trip up on him and fumble around, and it looks like you're like trying to grab something on him. He doesn't really know what's going on, and he's just kind of like backing away from you guys. Like, what? Why are you following me? What do you guys want from me?
Are we outside?
Just keep walking. Just keep walking.
Listen, dog. I'm just saying, you're acting funny. I'm sorry for pushing you back there. I didn't mean to make you cry. I don't know what the fuck was happening inside your head just now. But you obviously
I don't know what's happening
cannot...
in my head either. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Listen. Lionel Rinney, Chicago fire chief. You may have seen me in the papers.
I don't know. Sure.
Whatever, dude. I'm offering you a ride home. If you're having a breakdown like this, now,
Yeah.
when you're not behind the wheel, I don't want to see you like hitting some family of 4 on the way home while you fucking have a panic attack. So do you want to ride home or
Yeah.
not?
It looks like he's about to possibly take off and just bolt.
Oh,
And it looks like
I'll
he-
tackle his ass.
It looks like he
I'm
thinks better of it because he can kind of read that in you as he's kind of leaning back, taking a step back, kind of turning. He can see the body language that you're giving him there, and he thinks twice about it and says, "All right, yeah, you're right. That'd be really nice. Thank you, sir."
Yeah. Do you got a car, or do you want us to take a ride in our van?
I don't remember.
All right, come
Oh
on.
fuck. Well, I guess you're coming with us then.
Yeah, just keep walking. And we're gonna try to walk him back to the van, and then we're gonna knock on the back of the van, and open it up. Gentlemen, we have. And I'm gonna throw this guy in. I'm gonna handcuff him. I have a Damien dealer, and I finish taking him in, and then shut the van behind us.
And you
I'm
catch
gonna
him
need all
off
the
guard so
footage.
much that he
Yeah.
doesn't resist. He's just like really confused the whole time, doesn't know what's going on until he's finally in there. He's sitting in there, and then he starts kind of making more of a fuss, like, hey man, what the fuck is happening here?
Shut the fuck. You have the right to remain silent. Everything you can say, any of you is against the court of law.
I'm gonna
He's
frisk
in
him
our
for.
van.
I'm gonna frisk him for drugs,
Yes.
guns, or a phone.
Risk.
Okay.
Is he
One more thing.
is he resisting at all?
No.
Okay, cool.
Porter, wipe the footage from when we entered to when we're exiting.
I understand.
Do what you can.
While they're doing that, I'm now like, I watched that janitor or what he is initially. Do I notice anything awkward as he's leaving that he's doing?
Nope. Looks like he actually walks like straight out the back, down kind of some alleyways and whatever, follows some sidewalk, and not too far away goes to a bus stop, waits for the bus.
All right. Just for my own notes, I would mark down that bus stop information.
Okay.
But then, as I hear them that they're coming back to the van, I'd bring that drone back over. Basically, it's above them during that whole altercation. So I'm now watching to make sure nobody's watching them or making note of the whole whatever's going on with the three of them.
Roll an alertness check. Okay. Yeah, as far as you can tell there wasn't anyone, watching or that they didn't see anyone get into the van. No one's around.
Okay. And then I would say I'd come up on the comms to Sinclair, and I'd be like, "You come on back, Sinclair. Make your way."
So
So
Sinclair
nothing happened with this bouncer.
starts coming back. No, because he didn't chase after you guys. I was already
Oh, okay.
prepared to take him to him, but
I don't think so. Unless he did when we walked him out and tried to fucking deal with him, but otherwise, yeah, we just walked him back.
Nope, you guys didn't actually start any sort of real fight, so he didn't get involved.
Good
So,
thing.
yeah, I make my
um,
way back to the van.
Yeah, so at this point, yeah, we got the van. The boys on the inside are in the van. I guess we got the drone back with Sinclair returning before we start really debriefing. But
All right.
so
When they get
frisking
in the
him, does he
van.
find anything? Yeah.
You find some doses of X, a switchblade, and like his wallet, money, that sort of stuff, but nothing otherwise.
Doses of what?
Phone. X.
Ecstasy.
It's X.
Uh,
Oh, ecstasy. Oh.
yeah. I'll
Formerly
immediately
known as
try
Twitter.
to get into his phone. Is it like locked somehow?
Yeah, it's locked.
Okay, I'm gonna fucking grab his hand and see if biometrics opens it up.
Give me a luck roll, which is just a 50. 50-50 chance.
while-
D100.
While he's hacking this, I'm gonna walk up to Monroe and hand him the piece of paper and tell him, before we took this guy, he did give me a paper. Rufus.
I pass
AK
it right to Porter. I don't even look at it.
Rufy and Riggs are the two dealers. The only one that's still actually out in the open is Riggs.
You hear that, Porter?
What was that? I heard you pass me something, but I didn't know what you passed me.
I'll pass you the name of the operatives or the dealers that he got from the dude. Riggs was
Got
one
you.
of the ones.
Yeah, Riggs and Brown. Yeah, got you.
Brown is
I guess when
currently in-
those names, when those names were kind of popped out, I would have probably done like a little preliminary search or whatever. Nothing in detail right now, but I can do an in-depth search right now if you want.
You basically would have been able to quickly pull up information about them. You you now know where Riggs kind of frequents his contacts that you know of as far as what the police have recorded, and you know that Rufus Leroy Brown is in custody at a police station here in Chicago.
Right. So I would verify all that information, and I'd be like, looks like the last known cell phone paying off tower was here, and I would just give him the coordinates to the last known place his cell phone was, and we can kind of see, he's kind of pinging around this area, so he either lives, works, or does business somewhere in this general region.
Gotcha. All right, and then Lionel, you were successful in opening his phone with the biometric scan.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go through his social media, his texts, see if I can find any either frequent users or higher up dealers than him.
You do find a number for Riggs in there, which matches the same one that Porter was able to pull up and find the last ping on, but nothing really new otherwise.
Okay.
But good idea checking that for sure. All right, so I think I kind of want to end it here. Little cliffhanger. It wasn't a whole lot of action, but you guys did some investigation, kind of learned how the system works, or refreshed yourselves on the system a little bit here. I don't think you'll be able to finish the scenario in the next hour or so. So you go ahead.
And a quick RP that I would have done. So
Sure,
when he's going through his phone, I'd swivel around in my chair and I'd say, "You really like Monster Energy drinks, huh?"
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I just wanted a tattoo. I was dumb a few years ago, and my buddy bought a tattoo gun, and we had just taken this stuff. You know how it goes. Well, I don't know. Maybe you guys don't actually know how it goes, but anyways, yeah, Monster's pretty good. What's your favorite flavor?
Oh, I like peach.
Realistically, he would have said gun, and we'd all just tackled him. I mean,
He said a gun.
But
Get him.
it does seem like that little connection there has kind of calmed him down a bit and has taken him out of that fight or flight mode that he was in. So, well done.
So you're welcome.
Wow.
So yeah, I think we'll go ahead and end here, and then we'll play one more session of this, and I think one more session about this length, you'll have the scenario wrapped up, and may or may not figure out where this drug is coming from and what it's doing.
We're gonna kill people.
Yeah, potentially.
No,
so we'll
potentially, yes.
go around the room to everyone and do the usual, give a bit about your character, whatever you want to say about the session. So we'll go in the same order as before with Dionysus first.
Grimm is just kind of mission focused at this point. He's scanning across the whole area just to make sure that nobody out of the ordinary isn't coming up on the guys, or nothing's sticking out here, to make sure they're covered and protected. And then while he's kind of half listening to Jason and Porter on what they have as the mission continues, and then once they have them in there, and brings back Sinclair, he ends up bringing the drone back himself and kind of storing that, but also getting up into the driver's seat while they deal with this dude.
Okay.
But yeah, this is I'm enjoying this. It's a lot of fun. It's great to have such a large group.
Yeah.
Of guys to bounce all the different things going on, and so it's nice to see all of that coming together. And a great job to you as well, GM. This is a lot of fun so far. Appreciate it.
Glad you're liking it. The next AlphaWulfZero.
Yeah, Dom is a lot like Grimm. He's mission focused. He's used to being the rear end of the group of the platoon, so bringing up the rear and making sure that everybody's safe. And if I need to, I'll get in the forefront and lay down the cover and fire. But yeah, he's just mission focused and ready to go on to the next stage or next step to solving this, whatever this is.
Right. All right, Hades. If that was everything, AlphaWulfZero.
Yeah, and it's great to be back playing and with everybody again. So
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
It's good seeing you.
Hell yeah.
Jason's excited. He's never been out in the field before, so he's just trying to be helpful and watch the cameras and do his part so far and think of what he can. And but he's an awkward guy, so he of course asked the guy about his monster tattoo when he gets in the van. But yeah, fun game, interesting story so far. I waiting to see where this goes.
Yeah, that's my favorite part about running like Delta Green and Call of Cthulhu is just like the whole mystery the whole time, and there's always stuff going on in the background that you guys don't know about. So seeing it evolve and what's going to happen and how you react I love it. I love watching that. So next is Dex.
David is pretty indifferent about this whole thing. The club scenario, he's seen it many times. They don't know why we're keeping Damien. He's very, just like, I don't know, kill him and get it over with type thing. But it's, he's not here nor there. So, the whole scenario right now, this whole thing, he's just like, it's something that's fucking happening and he has to deal with it. But that's about it.
Okay. Yeah.
Me, I love Delta Green. I love the Call of Cthulhu type of game, so I'm having a lot of fun with it. So it's gonna be
Nice.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to see what happens with the reverb and how much I can take before I die.
Yeah, me too. All right, now let's hear from Terg.
Well, Lionel has never heard so much digested word salad be shit out of someone's mouth more than these fucking nerds. But he's happy to have an end goal in sight. Yeah, it's fun.
Nice. All right, Preacher.
Hiram is getting kind of excited. To him, this is all just like, buying a new 100-piece puzzle and dumping it out and just starting to put pieces together, So, the fact that we had like this little information here and then, all of us got the same information, about the Southeast Asian group and like trying to slap that in and seeing where that goes and so on and so forth. It's just, he's kind of piecing all this stuff together, and it's, he felt good being the kind of like the eagle eye for that moment, just like eyes in the sky, watching, looking around, being able to like scan around while also over here, making some bullshit calls to some random places and trying to get information. Like he's kind of in his element and he's digging it. As far as the stream goes, man, you killed it. Like this is you and your niche, man, and you're killing it. It's awesome. It's great to be with these guys. Like this is the dream team. This is the group of people that I would choose to play with every day, every time. These are the guys, and I love how each person's character is already kind of like popping out and already kind of showing some signs of stuff, and like the element is all of its individuality. And I just think it's super cool. But yeah, as always, good job working through all of the technical difficulties that we had and getting us back up and running. That was pretty cool. Yeah. Thanks for letting me be involved in such a cool game.
Yeah, thanks for playing. All right, and then now we'll go to our leader, Tabletop Tony, our task force leader.
People need to get off their soapboxes.
Yeah, right. Monroe.
Shut up, Dynamite.
Nice. Monroe is definitely mission focused as well, like the other two guys in the squad that are focused on that. And I think that we're taking some important steps to find out what's going on with this thing, and I think that everybody in the party is using their strengths to achieve that goal. And I like what out of game now. I like what everyone's doing, but at the same time, Michael Monroe recognizes the talents and strengths and why they're and why this team has been chosen, despite the amount of shit that he probably gives Finch in particular, which he definitely deserves. But out of game, yeah, man, this was great. I love playing these types of games. I agree with a lot of these guys' sentiment, like echoing that, like, oh my god, working through those technical difficulties is great. It honestly took really no time at all. Like, from like thinking about our past, sometimes the technical difficulties ruin the stream. So the fact that it took like 10 minutes, if that, most of the time we were just waiting on these two princesses to get out of the bathroom, like, that's great, you know, like.
Right.
But all in all, this is probably the A-list team. I hope Judge Wolf isn't looking, right? Okay. Yeah, this is the A-list team here. So it's really great to be a part of this group again, and just in general, being able to play this more games together is always it's going to be a good thing for the future, you know. So I hope we get more chances to do stuff like this.
I agree. I don't know if it's a bad thing, but this is my therapy sometimes. So
no,
love it. Love hanging out with you
Good
guys.
thing.
Love playing these games.
Should probably see a therapist, Bill.
Yeah.
I do a little of both, you know. But anyways, the operation here, you guys have been doing a good job. You've uncovered a lot of things so far. Now it's just kind of putting those pieces together and following those trails. So we'll figure out a next session. I'm thinking maybe we can work out something on Sundays, maybe like every other Sunday or every couple Sundays it's Delta Green or something instead of tanks. But we'll figure it out. A little harder to schedule a bigger group like this, but we'll get it done. So
hey, we made it happen today.
Yeah, for sure. So
I'm also
thanks
happy that we all now know
you.
where Michigan is.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
Michigan. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
So thank you
And
everyone
it's right
for
there.
watching and all the subscriptions we had. We had a hype train going. That's awesome. We'll keep updates for when the next session is. And tune in for tanks on this next Sunday, I think. Yes?
I don't have a date yet,
fine.
but one of these Sundays, yeah.
Okay. So keep an eye out for that too. And that's it for tonight.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.